Hi, this is Alex with Maple Leaf Coffee Roasters in Roselle. I'm here to talk about a brand new single origin light roast from Papua New Guinea. Check it out. So we've had coffees from Papua New Guinea every holiday season. We've always done them as medium roast coffees. Every one of the Papua New Guinea coffees that we've had as part of our holiday lineup has been a washed processed coffee, usually been a pea berry coffee the last couple of years. Very distinctive taste that has always found a lot of fans around here at Maple Leaf. When we bought some of our Papua New Guinea coffee this year, we had an opportunity from the place that we buy these coffees from, which is Benchmark Coffee, to get a natural process variant of some of the very same coffees that we've seen before. And it was something that we got a sample of late into last year that has had a distinctive, curious, really fun flavor aspect to it that we wanted to pull in to give some of our light roast fans a try at something truly different from what we've normally offered before. So as a reminder, Papua New Guinea coffees for us, when we've had these in stock, they've always been from our friends at Benchmark Coffee. They're one of the coffees that we do a direct source, direct relationship with, meaning we buy the coffee from the owners of the farms and the estates directly. A couple other coffees that we have on our shelves are direct relationship coffees as well. And as a result, this is something where we get a much closer connection with the people who actually grow the coffee and get a little bit of more detail on everything that goes into putting this coffee together. So like I said, this is a natural process coffee. And as a reminder for everyone who doesn't remember the different processing methods, the natural process coffees will generally tend to be a bit more complex, have some more depth to them, and usually be a little bit more on the fruitier, more vibrant sort of side of things, as opposed to the wash process coffees where there's a consistency in size, shape, uniform kind of appearance of the beans themselves. So when we got a chance to try this out as a sample, it had a very distinctive flavor element to it. The aroma is something that has a just fun, vibrant, fruity tints to it that is very different from other kinds of fruitiness that we've seen either in Central American or African coffees. So as far as the coffee goes itself, it is a very clean looking coffee. The coffees that we get from our friends at Benchmark are always very clean in appearance, good screen, as we would say in the coffee roaster industry, meaning they're very clean, not a lot of defects in the coffee, if almost any, and they're very easy to roast as a result. In this coffee itself, we have some of the conventional Papua New Guinea flavors that you normally see. There's a kind of touch of milk chocolate, caramel, sort of nutty flavors, but those are very subtle in the background compared to the aroma that you get not only from the grounds and the beans themselves, but also once you put this cup up to your nose and once you start to take a sip. So this coffee, in terms of the actual flavor, has a kind of very jammy, almost winey kind of aspect to it. It's not quite like putting your nose up to a jar of jam or jelly, but in some respects it's very similar to that kind of feeling when you do put something up to your nose and it's just kind of intoxicating the smell that you are experiencing when you do that. The most prominent flavor that I get out of this coffee are actually two flavors I get out of this coffee are one, a very strong and interesting cranberry element, and two, a kind of chocolate, milk chocolate kind of finish that has an almost dry texture to it as well. I think that the kind of cranberry notes in this coffee are quite distinctive. It's not exactly like putting up some cranberry sauce to your nose, but it has that sort of aroma, that intoxicating scent that you can just sort of detect it from a mile away and really have a good time drinking this coffee because you're just not going to experience anything like this. I think that plus that dry finish where you finish it, you swallow, and it just kind of clears your palate very quickly in a way that has just a nice pairing of those two flavors together. There's also a little bit of, like I said, that mildly caramel, nutty kind of aspect to it. And it's almost like a gummy bear kind of texture in some ways. You know, when you're eating those gummy bears and it has that kind of chewy taste to it that is very distinctive if you're going to be, you know, eating a couple of gummy bears for any reason. Tiny bit of like a cherry plum aspect to it. So as I said, unlike some of the African or Central American coffees that we have on our shelves from time to time, this has a very different kind of fruit flavor profile to it that I think is going to be a nice change of pace because I said, like, this is not something that we normally see from Papua New Guinea, a really great natural process coffee. So very clean coffee overall. I think this will be a fun one for folks here to try if you're not normally a light roast drinker. We kind of took this a little bit on the darker end of our normal light roast because we wanted to give it a little bit more of a robust flavor, but also not drown too much of the kind of fruity, interesting, winey sort of texture to this coffee too. So really look forward to everyone giving this coffee a shot, and we'll catch you next time here for another new coffee video. Take care.